Hey everyone! Welcome to Update X24H, your go-to channel for the latest news, hottest dramas, breaking stories, and all the buzz from the world of entertainment. We're here to keep you updated, entertained, and always in the loop. Hit that subscribe button and join our growing family, because here at Update X24H, we bring you the news that matters, the drama you love, and the stories you can't miss. Thanks for being part of our community. Let's stay connected, stay updated, and keep the good vibes rolling.
A moment slipped through before anyone could prepare for it. Not a press release, not a polished announcement, just a rehearsal clip. Barely long enough to breathe, yet powerful enough to shift the atmosphere across fan communities overnight. In that brief window of leaked movement and unguarded energy, Zhao Lusi and Dylan Wang stood on the same stage at D.Party Macau, and nothing about it felt accidental. There was no introduction, no dramatic lighting cue, yet the impact landed immediately. The way they moved, the way they occupied the space, the way the moment felt too deliberate to be a coincidence. This was not the kind of collaboration designed to be quietly consumed. It arrived like a spark in a dark room, forcing everyone watching to lean closer, to question what they were seeing, and more importantly, why it felt so different from anything before. Viewers were not reacting to a finished performance, but to the sense that something rare was forming in real time. And once that feeling took hold, it became impossible to look away. The first thing people noticed was not the choreography itself, but the timing. This was Dylan Wang's D.Party concert in Macau, a stage already defined by high energy, bold concepts, and a clear creative identity. It was never meant to be a neutral platform. Anyone stepping onto that stage had to match its intensity or risk being swallowed by it. Zhao Lusi's presence there immediately raised questions, not because it felt out of place, but because it felt intentional in a way that demanded explanation. The rehearsal footage showed no hesitation, no visible adjustment period. Their movements were sharp, grounded, and confident, as if the stage already belonged to both of them. That alone changed the narrative. This was not a cameo designed to please fans for a single night. It looked rehearsed, not just in steps, but in purpose. Costume choices quietly reinforced that message. Coordinated leather elements, clean lines, and a restrained color palette shifted the focus away from individual branding and toward a shared visual language. Zhao Lusi, long associated with softer, approachable screen roles, appeared transformed without appearing forced. The styling did not attempt to erase her identity, but rather expand it. There was an ease in how she carried the look, suggesting not a borrowed image, but one she was ready to claim. Dylan Wang, already comfortable in this aesthetic, did not dominate the space. Instead, the balance between them felt measured, almost conversational, as if the performance was built around mutual awareness rather than competition. That balance is difficult to fake, and audiences are remarkably quick to sense when it is real. Then came the detail that shifted the conversation from speculation to emotional connection. Zhao Lusi shared the rehearsal clip on Douyin with a caption written in Sichuan dialect, a simple phrase meaning, "Let's go, full power ahead." On the surface, it was casual. Beneath that surface, it carried weight. This was her first Douyin post of the year, and the choice of dialect was not random. Both she and Dylan Wang share roots in Sichuan, a fact well known to longtime fans but rarely foregrounded in public appearances. By using that dialect, she reframed the collaboration as something more personal than promotional. It felt like an inside reference, a quiet nod to shared origin and shared understanding. That single line did what elaborate explanations could not. It made the moment feel grounded, human, and real. Behind-the-scenes images that followed only deepened the intrigue. Zhao Lusi appeared in a navy cropped hoodie layered over a black top, paired with a plaid skirt and statement belts that hinted at rebellion without shouting for attention. The look suggested movement rather than pose, readiness rather than display. Accessories were chosen not to decorate but to reinforce attitude. This was not a departure designed to shock for its own sake. It was a recalibration, subtle but decisive, signaling that she was stepping into a new performance-driven phase with confidence. Fans responded not with confusion, but with recognition. Many described her presence as controlled, assured, and unexpectedly commanding. The concert's theme, Rosie Rocks D.Party, offered the perfect framework for this shift. Within that concept, Zhao Lusi was no longer an external addition, but a narrative element. Her potential performance, rumored to involve a reimagined version of her song, You Are, with rock or dance influences, became a focal point of discussion. The idea itself mattered as much as the execution. A remix would represent not just a musical experiment, but a statement of artistic curiosity. It would suggest a willingness to test boundaries while respecting the integrity of the stage she was stepping onto. Even without confirmation, the possibility alone was enough to keep conversations alive across platforms. What truly drove the moment forward, however, was the chemistry observed during rehearsal. Not the exaggerated kind designed for cameras, but a quieter alignment of rhythm and intent. They moved as if listening to the same internal count, adjusting instinctively rather than mechanically. There were no exaggerated gestures, no forced proximity. Instead, there was space, awareness, and trust. That kind of connection does not announce itself loudly, but it resonates deeply. Audiences are drawn to it because it feels earned rather than staged. As the footage circulated, the narrative evolved. This was no longer about whether Zhao Lusi would appear at Dylan Wang's concert. It became a conversation about timing, trajectory, and intention. Why now? Why this stage? Why this pairing? Each unanswered question added momentum. Importantly, the story never crossed into speculation that required confirmation. It lived comfortably in observation, allowing viewers to engage without being pushed toward a single conclusion. That restraint is part of what kept the discussion positive, energetic, and widely shareable. From a broader perspective, the collaboration hinted at something larger than a single night in Macau. It suggested a shift in how public images can intersect without merging, how artists can share a stage without losing individuality, and how moments that feel spontaneous can still carry long-term significance. Whether this collaboration leads to future projects or remains a standalone highlight almost feels secondary. What mattered was the feeling it created, the sense that audiences were witnessing a turning point rather than a performance slot. And that is why this moment traveled so far beyond the venue itself. It combined anticipation with restraint, transformation with familiarity, and spectacle with sincerity. It invited viewers not just to watch, but to interpret. In doing so, it became more than content. It became an experience shared in fragments, reactions, and conversations that continue to unfold. If you enjoyed breaking down moments like this and want to stay connected to the stories shaping today's entertainment landscape, make sure to subscribe to Update X 24 Hours. Your support helps us bring you thoughtful, real-time insights that go beyond headlines and into the moments that truly matter. Thank you for watching, for sharing your thoughts, and for being part of this growing community. Turn on notifications so you never miss what unfolds next, and we'll see you again very soon on Update X 24 Hours.